How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another XRP update, but unfortunately it's not the sort of video that I want to be making for the XRP holders, because we have now seen over the weekend the failed bullish recovery. Now, if you remember the last few videos, we may be starting to get a little bit excited because we did see some progress off of this key level support. There was previously a loss and then a recovery thanks to Bitcoin, and that led to a relief rally which took it back to the range high. And the reason why I was using that terminology and language over the last week or so is because we don't know if the pump is going to sustain. So we call it a relief rally simply because the moving averages were lost, bearish crosses were forming. So technically, just off of the black and white rules of support and resistance, when support is lost and you pump back up, it will just become resistance. And we're now starting to see the failed bullish recovery. We were getting excited because if it actually was successful, this would revalidate an expected bullish target of $4 plus over here out of this bullish inverse head and shoulders. And we started to see a smaller bullish inverse head and shoulders to help recover that key area. But just running into the bearish cross that just formed between the 55 and the 100, it failed to recover that area. It failed to recover the neckline. So not only the moving averages, but also the neckline. And so in turn, this target is not happening. However, if it was successful, that target would be happening. The bias would change just like that. And this is just how the trading world works. If you can't change a bias very quickly because there are things to back up the point, then you're doing it wrong. You have to adjust with the times. So there was the potential bullish recovery that would validate this $4 target. By doing so and getting up to that target, there's a different neckline, the highest level of resistance, this ascending resistance level. And this would actually see a much larger macro inverse head and shoulders become valid, targeting the measured move of $7 plus. But understand, $4, $7 are not happening so long as this neckline holds up as resistance and we continue to hold the bearish crosses as resistance. I have mentioned in all my updates that the primary path is bearish, not bullish, but in every single update I showed how the market could flip back bullish so that the XRP holders are well aware. I don't care about the partnerships. I don't care about the fundamentals. I only care about whether the dollars is going up or down as an investment. And if this level is not getting recovered, then you're only going to experience lower and lower and lower. And that's just the reality of basic support and resistance. Bearish crosses, bullish crosses. We had bullish crosses. They failed to hold up after many months, hovering above the inverse head and shoulders neckline. Every single day throughout this period, I'm saying we're going up higher eventually. Once we had that liquidation event, everything changes, and you have to change with what is in front of you. You can't just ignore it. Oh, he was saying he was bullish. It's only going to go up. And then a liquidation event happens. Oh no, he said it's bullish. It's only going to go up. I'm not going to worry. No, you got a liquidation event that lost major key level support. I only had that bias in the first place because the neckline was holding up. It was lost. It then became resistance. Actually, in fact, a couple of days after the liquidation event, people were getting excited here. I was one of the only ones saying, no, you've lost the neckline. This should now act as resistance. We've seen that to be the case not once, but twice now. It's going to now attack this support. And without Bitcoin pumping from here, without Bitcoin holding 107K, pumping up to 118K and flipping 118K into support, this will continue bleeding lower. It's just a fact. Doesn't matter about fundamentals, doesn't matter about partnerships, doesn't matter about ETFs. It's just the chart is the chart of the chart, support, resistance, previous highs, previous lows, support is lost, it turns into resistance. It's just as basic as that. And support was lost, it's flipped into resistance. It wants to continue lower. Without Bitcoin recovering 118K, this will continue lower. If you wanted to learn my strategy, use the links down below. Take action on this 30% discount while it lasts until Friday the 7th of November. This can be applied to my Discord, ebook, or one-to-one mentorship plans. So check them out and I'll see you over there.